Misha, but you guys can call me Mimi. That's what I'm also known by. And I'm going to read something that I wrote for y'all, if that's okay. And it's called A Riven Heart. Shock. The gut-wrenching text that brought me to the sudden realization that the person who I thought I knew the most was a stranger. Consternation. Betrayal. As I sit here shattered into millions of pieces, the thing that is burning me up inside is the deception. How can someone that knows some of your deepest thoughts and your biggest demons take advantage? I was stabbed, not in my back, but my heart. Affliction. To say that I was naive is an understatement. Even after this shocking news and sudden ache that was steadily growing all over my body, I didn't believe it was him. I couldn't believe it was him. The thought of he would never do this to me raced through my mind, and I almost convinced myself that it was true. Tribulation. Agony. To describe the pain that I felt inside would be impossible. Losing my appetite completely, panic attacks, tears that could quench the thirst of the dry Arizona dirt. But that's only the physical. What I felt inside was so much worse. I could say that the flashbacks hit the hardest. I cried because I got a cookies and cream milkshake from Chick-fil-A and suddenly got a flashback of when we used to do that. Every single thing I did reminded me of him. Though thousands of miles apart, I wasn't afraid that I wouldn't be able to rid myself of him physically. I feared the thought of never ridding him from my mind. Never conquering my unending thoughts of him. Torture. Sorry, y'all, I can't keep this way. I got it. Okay. Anger. I didn't hate him. Lord knows I can never. I hated that he forced me to give him consequences for taking my love for granted. I hated that no matter what I did, I could not convince my mind to give up on him, to give up on us. Outrage. Vengeance. As my mind transitioned from the anger, I began to want to make him feel how he made me feel. Like if I gave him an ounce of my pain, he would understand and it would make everything okay. I was enraged at the fact that I couldn't even go on a double date with my friend because I just don't have it in me, yet the thought of hurting me never crosses your mind. How do you not think about the only person who loved you through your flaws, supported you through every single up and down, catered to you, listened to you, made you feel special, made you grow, offered you a safe haven, and someone who shared some of your best memories with? I am angry that I am not angry at you. Seeking vengeance will only make me lose because at the end of the day, the only thing that I crave is you. I seek you in every person I come in contact with and find the smallest bits, but it's not you. But then again, you're not you anymore. Somewhere along this long road, you changed. But you will never catch me giving up on finding the old you. I know he's still in there, but an eye for an eye will make us both blind. I'm sorry, y'all. Can't.
Take your time.
Sound like a weird in pieces? Like this? Oh no, that's looser. This way? Yeah, got it. Okay, sorry, y'all. Broken trust. I want to forgive you. I want to believe that when you tell me you love me, that you really mean it. I want to trust you, but how? How do I know that you're only still here because of guilt or because I have something left that will benefit you and you want the last bit of it? My heart refuses to believe that you're that guy, but my mind presses a thought into me like pizza dough, or it could be my unrelenting anxiety. Confliction. Her. That's what I call the person that influences my life the most. She doesn't have a name, but that doesn't matter, and it doesn't stop her from being any more controlling. She's the reason you and I fight. She's the reason that there are walls between us. She is the voice in the back of my head. She is the master, I am the puppet. She is anxiety. She feeds off of seeing me lose, seeing me unhappy. I am struggling with the constant battle of her, and usually she wins, but not against my heart, not when it comes to you. So my anxiety would have already left you, but my heart will not let her. She is not sure how to feel because nothing has ever been able to conquer her, but nothing in my body has ever loved or felt the way that I feel about you. War. Love. But life is too short, and tomorrow isn't promised. I can't go another day of fighting with the only person in this world that I love more than anything. Despite all the hurt, despite all the pain, I feel an intense feeling of deep affection. I cannot stop. Though I'm afraid that it's too late, the stress of my problems that I so easily admitted into you have festered, and you can no longer take the love that I disguised as resentment. I saw it as trying to protect my heart because a small part of me believed that good things don't last forever. Sadly, I made it end faster than it had to. I didn't want to argue with you every day. I only wanted to be heard. My throat has swollen and tears reach my eyes at the mention of your name. I wish that I could explain how deep my love truly is for you, but I'm afraid that mankind has not fathomed a word that could describe such a feeling. Love. I never thought that of all people I could love. As I sit here broken into a million pieces as my comforting fantasy of our happily ever after crumbles around me, I want to believe that it's not over. Everyone says that if it's meant to be, it will be, but the selfishness of my soul will not believe that. I want you now. I want to love you now, and I want to love you forever. I don't want the blurred lines of complicated to make you wander into someone else's arms. I cannot imagine someone else taking my place, loving you, hearing about your day, holding you, getting to know all the parts of you that only I know and nobody else has gotten the privilege to. I tried praying for you, but I can't even seem to do that without breaking down into tears. After around 5 minutes of trying to get the words out, I just figured that God knows what I'm feeling, and that's enough. But last night, I pleaded with God for the first time. I begged him, as selfish as it sounds, knowing that everything goes according to his plan. I asked for a sign, something to tell me that if not now, later. Dear God, please let me have him later if now isn't for us. Save him from me. As you tell me not to take the blame and that it's not my fault, that you caused all of our problems, I still blame it on myself. I still blame myself for leaving you and moving across the country. I blame myself for hiding my love for you. I blame myself for my anger and my selfishness. I blame myself for my bitterness and my stubbornness. I blame myself for all these things because I can never blame myself for what you've done to us. What we've become. Just like I can never unlove you. Everyone says that you're going to go through your first heartbreak and that's just life. Yet this overwhelming sense that nothing of this had to happen, I still see my forever in you. I only see my forever in you. I don't want anyone else to get to know me, and I don't want to get to know anyone else. I may sound like the average teenage girl after she loses her first love, but it's so much deeper than that. I feel so much deeper than that. I'm not crying because you left me on my own, and I'm not crying because you left me with no warning. I'm crying because I can't escape what we could have been. The feeling of losing someone you really love, and they're not even dead. Thank you.